Hey, what's up, guys? Austin here. You can't really have a series called Study the Greats without studying perhaps the greatest of all time. And we all know who I'm talking about, Mr. Buddy Rich. So, today we're going to look at a cool little section from one of his solos where he does a beautiful application of his one-handed roll. So, let's go to the computer, we'll transcribe it out, and we'll see what he's doing. Okay, so there's a lot of videos online on the technique behind Buddy's one-handed roll, which is great, but I also want to look at how he applies it in a musical context, so it's not just like a left-hand technique exercise. So let's go ahead and watch this clip a few times, and we'll see what he's doing. Pretty awesome, right? Okay, so let's slow it down a little bit so we can see what his left hand is doing. So you can see it's like an open-close technique, right? So we'll go over that. Okay, so let's go over the logic here. So this is the transcription that I have. I'll just go ahead and play it for you real quick so you can hear how it sounds. Right? Okay, so there's different ways you could transcribe this out, but it's so quick that I think it's easiest to kind of notate it out as 16th notes, and I put a little marker here to make it like a swung 16th note because it still has like a little bit of a triplety bounce to it. It's not like completely straight, so it's at about 140, so it's pretty quick. But we'll go to the kit, we'll break this thing down some more, and just on a quick note, I've linked all the transcriptions for these videos in the descriptions of each video, so if you want to go to those links and download them and practice these at home, then you can do it from those links in the descriptions. All right, cool. So let's go to the kit, and we'll break this thing down. Okay, so let's first start off with the technique that you need to be able to pull this off. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you're holding the stick at its balance point so it can bounce freely like this. If you hold it too far back, it's going to make it way too difficult. So hold the stick at the balance point. And the technique it looks like he's using is like an open-close technique, which I've also seen Weckl talk about in another video. So on the downstroke, you open the hand, and then on the upstroke, you close the hand and snap the stick back into your hand with your thumb. So it looks like this. And as you get faster, the movement gets a little bit smaller. And once you get to a certain speed, it starts to straighten out. So So the way Buddy's using it in the solo is pretty fast, so it's almost straight, but to me it still has kind of a triplety flow to it, so that's why I still like to think about it as like a swung 16th note. Okay, so now let's break down the accent pattern that he plays with the toms and the kick over top of the roll. So I'll play that by itself, and I'll just keep the hi-hat going so you can know where we're at. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's cool. That's a nice little musical accent pattern. So now let's put the left hand underneath and see what that sounds like. I'll play it kind of slow and it'll be more of like a shuffly kind of feel. Okay, so there's a couple things in there that are really challenging. The first is that there's a lot of layered notes going on, so a lot of notes hitting at the same time, which can be difficult to execute, so it's tough not to let those flam. So that's something you got to work on. The other thing that's difficult is that towards the end of the solo, he switches from playing the roll with his left hand to just filling in all the ghost notes with his left hand. So it becomes like a linear pattern, which is also difficult to do. So for me, once my brain starts playing that roll, it's tough to get it to stop and then just switch straight to playing linear notes. So for him, it's seamless, but for me, it's a challenge. Okay, so I'll try to play it a little bit quicker, and I've only been working on this for like the last week or so, so if it doesn't sound like Buddy, just go easy on me, okay? So here we go. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this episode. That is the Buddy Rich one-handed roll. So thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at ABB Drums. Also, take a look at some of my other videos if you're new to the channel, because I got some other ones just like this one. So other than that, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.